You wake up to a day stretching endlessly before you. No meetings, no deadlines, no plans. Pure freedom. Yet by evening, you've accomplished nothing meaningful. The Netflix menu has become your most significant challenge. This isn't unusual. It's the discipline paradox in action. Most of us imagine freedom as the absence of constraints. We dream of days without schedules, jobs without demands, lives without obligations. Then reality hits. When everything is possible, nothing gets done. Think of a blank canvas. The artist faces infinite possibilities, any color, any form, any subject. This boundless potential often creates paralysis. Painters know this as blank canvas syndrome. Writers face the same with empty pages. The freedom to do anything becomes the prison that prevents doing something. This applies to your daily life too. Studies show that people given too many choices make poor decisions, or avoid deciding altogether. When faced with 24 flavors of jam in a supermarket, shoppers bought less than when offered just 6 options. Psychologist Barry Schwartz calls this the paradox of choice. More options create anxiety, not satisfaction. The most productive people don't have fewer constraints. They have created better ones. Consider what happened during the pandemic lockdowns. People with established routines adapted. Those without structure floundered. The external frameworks that once organized our days vanished. Some built new internal structures. Others drifted. This reveals a fundamental truth: structure creates freedom. Discipline enables possibility. Athletes understand this instinctively. A gymnast practices the same routine thousands of times, creating muscle memory so precise that when competition comes, her body performs without conscious thought. The years of rigid practice create the freedom to perform beautifully when it matters. Musicians follow the same pattern. Jazz improvisation, seemingly the pinnacle of musical freedom, comes only after mastering scales, chords, and theory. The discipline of practice creates the freedom to express. The ancient Stoics knew this wisdom. Seneca wrote that, "He who doesn't know where he wants to go won't find favorable winds." Without direction, freedom becomes meaningless. Marcus Aurelius practiced daily routines and reflection to maintain inner freedom despite his enormous responsibilities as emperor. Your brain works the same way. When you establish consistent patterns, morning routines, work schedules, exercise habits, your mind conserves energy. Decisions drain your mental resources. Each choice you make depletes what psychologists call decision fatigue. By creating structures, you preserve mental energy for what truly matters. This explains why Steve Jobs wore the same outfit daily. Why Mark Zuckerberg does too. Why Barack Obama limited his suit colors during his presidency. These weren't arbitrary quirks. They were deliberate strategies to eliminate trivial decisions and preserve mental bandwidth for significant ones. The structures that seem most limiting often create the greatest freedom. Take budgeting. Setting strict financial boundaries might seem restrictive. The reality? People with budgets experience more financial freedom than those without. By knowing exactly what they can spend, they eliminate guilt and uncertainty. The constraint creates confidence. Or consider relationships. The most successful marriages aren't those with the fewest commitments. They're built on clear expectations, boundaries, and promises. The structure of commitment creates the freedom of trust. This principle applies to creativity too. Constraints drive innovation. Dr. Seuss wrote, "Green eggs and ham," using only 50 different words, on a bet. The limitation produced one of the most beloved children's books ever. Twitter's character limit transformed how we communicate. Haiku's strict syllable count creates powerful imagery. Yet our culture celebrates unlimited options and boundless freedom. We're told to keep our options open and avoid commitment. Dating apps offer endless potential partners. Streaming services provide unlimited entertainment. Social media presents infinite scrolling. The result isn't liberation but paralysis, the anxiety of constantly wondering if better choices exist. Real freedom comes from setting boundaries. From saying no to distractions. from committing to specific paths and closing others. Want more freedom in your work? Block distraction-free hours. Set clear priorities. Create templates for recurring tasks. Want more freedom in your relationships? Establish expectations. Communicate boundaries. Make explicit commitments. Want more freedom in your personal growth? Follow consistent routines. Track progress. Set specific goals. The discipline paradox teaches us that freedom isn't the absence of structure but the presence of the right structure. The constraints you choose determine the freedoms you experience. This isn't just philosophical theory. Neuroscience confirms that habits and routines create neural pathways that make actions automatic, reducing cognitive load. When brushing your teeth becomes automatic, you gain the freedom to plan your day while doing it. The next time you feel overwhelmed by possibilities or trapped by procrastination, remember, the solution isn't fewer constraints but better ones. Choose your structures deliberately. Build routines that serve your deeper goals. True freedom doesn't come from having no commitments. It comes from making the right ones.